Clothing allowance is number 3. I absolutely love this benefit, and it is often left on the table for whatever reason. And I'm going to preface it with sometimes people may qualify for it if they were to actually get that condition, which would warrant the clothing allowance, actually put into place and get it service connected, but they don't because it might be a lower rating and they don't want to quote unquote poke the bear. I hate that. So if it's something that you can file for and get additional benefits from, probably do that. All right, so let's look at this. Clothing allowance. Some veterans have disabilities that require the use of a prosthetic or orthopedic equipment such as a wheelchair or skin condition requiring medicine that damages clothing. Okay, you have some sort of ointment, you have to put it on your arm or whatever, and your shirt gets a stain. Well, guess what? You're going to be in line for that clothing allowance. In these cases, the VA has an annual clothing allowance that gives veterans money each year to buy new clothes to replace their damaged items. Continually replacing clothing damaged by your prosthetic or skin condition can be frustrating and expensive. Applying for the annual clothing allowance gives veterans that added help. And I'll tell you that the clothing allowance is just under $1,000 per year. It's $999.51 per year that you can get. So outstanding benefit that people need to be aware of and look into it. If you're not quite sure if you qualify, reach out to your local accredited representative, contact the VA. But you probably know if you're wearing some sort of a brace or you're in some sort of a wheelchair or something that getting in and out is just constantly wearing on the same spot, or you have a knee brace or something like that that's constantly wearing on the same spot. You have a skin condition that the ointments or whatever creams that you're using are causing issues, stains, that type of stuff. You're probably going to qualify. With that, let's hit it over to Randy. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to read straight from the VA's website here so everybody watching can know the criteria here. So, question on the VA website, am I eligible for this benefit? You may be eligible for a clothing allowance if you meet the requirements listed here. One, not all, but one of these must be true. Your prosthetic or orthopedic device damages your clothing, or your skin medicine causes damage to your outer clothing, like your pants or your shirt, that can't be repaired. And this must be true. You need this device or skin medicine because of an injury or illness related to your military service or a service-connected condition. So you've either got a device or some sort of a cream and it's service-connected, and then you can go after this particular benefit. I wonder how many folks out there are, experiencing some form of service-connected eczema or some service-connected skin condition, and they need a cream to kind of help them feel a little bit more comfortable. Well, folks, those medications are messy. They're a nuisance to use sometimes. They don't just stay on your skin. They get everywhere, to include your clothing. And, that sucks. That's something that you have to live with because of a service-connected condition. And you want to look good. You want to have clean, comfortable clothing. There is no reason why you can't at least explore this benefit. So my recommendation is, do a little self-assessment. What do I have going on personally? And then call the VA and start the process. So those are my thoughts, Chris, and we'll round robin it and send it over to you for your thoughts on this.
Yeah, nothing more to add, really. I think this is something that, again, coming back to taking care of a aging parent, you go through clothes pretty damn fast. Especially once they get into the state where they're in wheelchairs or sitting in their chair most of the day, these things happen. So great benefit, easily overlooked. Definitely take a look at taking advantage of this if you meet the conditions.
Yeah, and I want to just put a finer point on that. A lot of our viewers themselves are veterans, but we have other viewers that are children of veterans or, spouses of veterans. And think about what that person is going through. If you have especially an aging veteran in your household or in your family circle, and they're experiencing some of these issues, or they're using an orthopedic device or even a prosthetic device, Don't be afraid on behalf of your family member to explore this benefit. It starts with a conversation. Talk to that aging veteran, have the conversation, say, hey, there's some help out there. We can get you some additional funding for the clothing that you may need. And contact the VA. Again, it starts with a conversation, and it starts with a little bit of family self-assessment. What do we have going on in this house, and what help is out there? So that's kind of my final thought on that. Jason, if you had anything else to add, let me know. Otherwise, we can dive right into number 4.